know some people ponder more weighty questions than that, but that's the sort of question I ponder. Why is it Hardee's in one spot and Carl's Jr. in another? Well, I, of course, said it out loud during the break, and our boy here, Bart, gets to the bottom of it. What's the story, Bart?
You're so excited.
I am.
That's awesome.
So, Carl's Jr. is the elder company. It was founded on the back end of a Carl's
On the back of a pickup.
a Carl's drive-in restaurant. That's why this is Carl's Jr.
Ah, well, that explains everything.
Yeah.
And
It's like the son of the drive-through restaurant.
yeah, and so Carl's Jr. started. That was on the West Coast in California, and then Hardee's opened on the East Coast. In 1997, Carl's acquired Hardee's for a paltry $327 million. And there is a dividing line.
Well, why is there a Carl's Jr. in Tulsa?
Because Oklahoma is Carl's country.
That's what everybody wants to know.
Oklahoma's Carl's country. The dividing line is more of a diagonal across the United States. Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Kansas, down to Arkansas, Louisiana. That's Hardee's country, and east is Hardee's country.
Okay.
West of that is Carl's Jr. territory.
I'm not the only one who's wondered.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? That defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo
There we
Show."
go.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Davis throws it in. Here we go. 10 seconds to play. Tay Davis going to drive into the lane. Cut off. They're wasting time. Kicks it out to Pack. 3, no good. Wagner with a rebound. Saves it in bounds. Hawks clear it out to the other end. Arkansas wins the game. The Razorbacks battle back. They end the game on a 6-0 run, and they beat Oklahoma 83-79. Wow, that was a finish now. That was a finish to a basketball game. That's a good win. I knew when it was free admission and $2 beer, it was going to be a tough night. And but they fought and got out of there with a win.
Oh, man. That was a road win you needed. OU needed it bad, and they didn't
really
get
did.
it. And Arkansas, I know, watching the game, you're just like, oh, geez, man. And then Darius Acuff did what he did down the stretch again. Arkansas showed up defensively when they had to, got in the paint, later in the game when they had to, down 13 in the first half. And all I was thinking is, man, Chuck's got to get back tonight and then do the show tomorrow. And he hadn't said anything like he knows he's got an out. He doesn't. But, hey, we hadn't been here in a couple of days. Here we are.
I know.
It's good to be
It's
back
good to see
here.
you guys.
It's
That
just,
was the motivation right there.
Yeah.
The chance to be in the same room with you guys
yeah,
again
that
for a little while.
That and just being tough.
Yeah, well,
It's just part of who you are.
Well, I don't know about that.
If you
I
start
don't feel
losing
very
who
tough.
you are,
I
it
don't
just
feel
makes
very
it a
tough.
little. Well, I mean, you showed up.
I feel pretty soft right now. Let me tell you.
If you start giving in to the softness, it just becomes
You don't
who
let
you
the
are.
old man in,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you got to avoid.
Exactly.
There were lots of reasons for Arkansas to lose last night. I mean, when you go 2 of 17 from 3, you lose most of the time. And for them to fight back and win the game, life on the road's tough. And I know people look at Oklahoma's record and they think that team's not very good. If you follow sports, you know that sometimes when a team has lost and lost and lost, and they're playing at home, and there's free admission and $2 beer, You're going to fight to win that game because you're playing a desperate team. And that really was the way I thought Oklahoma played last night. Nigel Pack's a good player. He gave Arkansas problems last year down in Miami. And he shot him into the ball game. Kept him in the ball game during the game last night. But, hey, that's a good win. You win a game. Nobody's going to remember that game end of February, 1st of March anyway.
We're approaching a time. You said Nigel Pack gave him a hard time at Miami, and I realized you were talking about the Hurricanes, but we're fast approaching the time. You could have been talking about the Heat.
Well, I guess that's right.
Former NBA player Nigel Pack gave Arkansas fits last night. Now, he's not a former NBA player, but who's to know anymore?
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Tennessee fans have started a campaign to stuff the G League All-Star ballot box so Charles Bediako will be named All-G League. Tennessee fans have started this campaign. Now, that's awesome. A rivalry right there now.
So an update to that.
Okay, good.
The G League has apparently removed him from the voting.
They knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
They didn't want the embarrassment. That's great.
That's amazing.
That is
truly,
a really good story.
Truly awesome
if
stuff
you think
from
about
Tennessee fans,
what's happening.
which is not something you say.
I know. Give him credit, though.
Well, it means more in the SEC.
Tip of the cap.
And they're a rival with Alabama.
And Alabama's a bunch of losers.
I'll tell you what, it also tells you how far we've come in basketball in this league from, 10, 15 years ago where, all the Tennessee fans are paying attention to basketball. Because not that long ago, we had a bunch of coaches in this league that weren't very good, and you had 3 SEC teams trying to make the NCAA tournament. Now we're like a basketball league.
Well, now we're in a year where they're really good, just not great like they were last year, and everyone's going, the league's terrible, the league's down. I mean, they've only got 4 teams in the top 25.
By the way, all this talk about the league being down in football and the Big Ten being better, the TV ratings say differently. The SEC is still the most watched college football conference, according to Nielsen's recent survey.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Even with all the bigger markets, all the bigger TV markets, there's still more people watching SEC football.
The Big Ten's got one problem that they cannot overcome, and that's Fox Sports. It's just the truth. That's who their contract's with. And their pregame show's not any good.
That's good.
Their personalities aren't good. Mm-hmm. They're no match for ESPN. Dave Portnoy versus Pat McAfee? Yeah. Are you kidding me? It's a slaughter.
Yeah.
And ESPN puts out a much better on-air product. Now, has the Big Ten won the most recent national championships? Yes, and you have to give them credit for that. But their television contract, their production, the overall presentation of the Big Ten is subpar compared to the SEC's presentation on ESPN. Really, there's no comparison. And the numbers show that. This is not just provincialism right here. It's a better product. And the Big Ten, as long as they're partnered with Fox Sports, they will be number 2 in the television ratings.
Speaking of ratings, Arkansas is the 3rd most watched mid-January, the latest update, the 3rd most watched college basketball team.
I believe that. You play in big games and people pay attention.
Part of that's Cal and what he does.
Sure it is.
And then the other part of it is Acuff, and they've got a good team and a fun team to watch. But Acuff draws a lot of eyeballs.
We take our guys for granted, because we see them every time. I'm struck when the Razorbacks travel. Saw it again last night. The number of kids, even kids who are fans of the opposing team, they all know who Darius Acuff is. And you'll hear them say, that's Darius Acuff. After the ball game, when the kids gather for autographs. That happens on the road, too. And Acuff's the one they go for because they know that this is a guy that they're going to be watching for a while.
I was surprised. Michigan State's the number 1 team, followed by Duke and then Arkansas. North Carolina 4, and 2 spots behind Arkansas is Kentucky, who managed 55 points against Vanderbilt last night, and Vanderbilt had 80. Kentucky comes in here on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't love that.
I was kind of hoping it'd be the other way around.
I was
But I looked at one point last
Oh,
night.
they're good. They've had this game circled no matter what.
well,
No
sure.
doubt. Maybe they were
That's gonna
thinking
be
about it last night. I don't know.
That's going to be a really tough game to win.
no doubt.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Kentucky. I would expect
They've been
Kentucky
hearing about
will
that.
play their very best
Yes.
game of the year.
They've been
whatever
hearing about that.
Whatever that is.
If you can figure out a way to win that game, I mean, that's just icing because that's going to be Kentucky's best effort. I don't know if they'll play great. That'll be their best effort of the year. That's going to be a tough ticket. That will be a amazing environment. And traditionally speaking, those are the kinds of games that Arkansas wins. But everything's different
Well, it is.
in this world. I mean, this is the Cal world where everything's different. And they've had a bullseye. I mean, if you talk about them needing some medicine to get better, Kentucky, like Arkansas needed at Rupp last year, it's literally
absolutely
flipped exactly the same
This
way.
could say, and look, Kentucky had won 5 in a row until last night. It wasn't like Kentucky had just fallen off the face of the earth. They lost their first 2 games, won 5 straight, and they've been drilled at Memorial Gym before. They've had good Kentucky teams that have been beaten at Vanderbilt before. So I don't know that I'd put a whole lot of stock into that. But for them, this is a chance for them to get back in the race. For Arkansas, it's a chance to, really establish themselves perhaps, certainly one of the teams to beat in the second half, but maybe the team to beat.
Yeah, I mean, they're one game back of A&M who will play tonight.
And A&M still got to come here. We play A&M one time this year, and that's here. Midweek, late game. One of those games where you're probably, there's no guarantees, but you're playing them at home. So that's a game Arkansas could win.
And Arkansas, I don't feel like is still isn't playing its best basketball. I just feel like there's another gear and another level for this team, especially defensively. They're still just kind of figuring some things out. They're still giving up too many open looks, collapsing on the ball, all that kind of stuff that they overcome. But, you don't want to make 2 of 17 from 3 as a routine night out, but finding a way to win while doing that. And then we've seen, the way they played against Vanderbilt. I don't know if anybody can beat them, but that's the consistency playing at that level that they're going to need to win the league and then to make a run in March.
When you go 2 of 17 from 3 and still score 83 points, it means that you're attacking the rim. 56 paint points last night. 56
And
out
there was
of 83 points were in the paint.
A point in the first half, Chuck, where Acuff, I think, went to the line, and those were the 3rd and 4th free throws, and it was late in the first half, and I'm like, this isn't their game.
Right. Well, the first half was, it was a fast first half. There just weren't many fouls and weren't many free throws. And but, look, again, Oklahoma, I thought, really played well last night. And, again, you look at their record and you think they're not any good. But then you look at their scores, a couple of plays here and there, it would be different. They're snake bit right now. That was a snake bit team last night.
The Hogs won 83-79, came back from 13 down. Acuff, 21 points, 9 assists, and
0 turnovers.
0 turnovers.
Incredible.
Malik Thomas, 16 points. They combined for 24 in the second half, and those two combined for 37 overall for the game.
Bo's speaking like Cal now. Did you notice that? He asked the question, and how many turnovers?
Yeah. What was there? And we were what
Yeah,
when we played Kentucky
exactly.
last year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it rubs off on you.
It does.
Yeah.
What time's the game, Chuck?
Yeah, that's right.
And who do we need to be there?
That's right.
You. 6:13. We're back. It's Wednesday. Better than ever. Good morning. Do you have more opinions today? Do you have more things that we haven't gotten to?
Hell yeah, brother.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names. And they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
School sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bucks beat Oklahoma after being down 13, 83-79.
Biggest comeback of the year, by the way, for Arkansas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Comeback and win the game, yep.
Kentucky got hammered at Vanderbilt, Nashville there, 80-55. And those two play here at Bud Walton Arena. Kentucky and Arkansas, 5:30. Pretty sure that's one thing I didn't need to tell anybody today. You already know that. 5:30 on Saturday night. Everybody doing okay? How's the group? Haven't seen you guys since Friday.
Anybody slide off the road? Everybody make it?
Anybody get in a ditch? Had to get pulled out?
No. All good.
Okay.
All good here.
I think
Edward didn't leave the house. I mean, he
not for a
said in
couple
his
days.
text he didn't
Yeah.
leave the house for like 3 days.
He Listen, I'm just going to tell you, this is truck weather that we
You're
were
right.
in,
Oh,
and
it
it
is.
paid off to
There's no
have
doubt.
a
Absolutely.
truck. And it was. I'm ready to be done shoveling driveways. I'll tell you that.
See, my solution for that was to not shovel.
Yeah.
So I just skipped right on by the shoveling part.
I get it.
Hannah shoveled our driveway.
Well,
Is that right?
Like any good wife
She
does.
enjoys
you
it.
know,
She enjoys
Yeah.
it.
She enjoys
She
it.
enjoys it.
She said, I got to get out of this
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
I got to get out for a minute.
Yeah.
I got to move. I got to move.
That's funny.
Fresh
I mean,
air. I said, you go for it.
You guys seem to have a very healthy relationship. So I have no comment.
We do.
Like I'm not going to
Sounds
say.
like Edward's got it figured out to me. Sat inside, shoveled off the
Yeah,
driveway.
wow.
Hey,
I'm just saying. You got
There's
it
a
figured
1-year-old
out.
inside.
I'm
There's
just
a
saying you've
1-year-old
got it
inside.
figured out. That's all I'm saying.
There is.
I've been in dad mode for 72,
How's your mental health?
96 straight hours. I'm fine.
You don't need
It's-
one of those Aura rings to tell you.
No.
How's your
My
aura,
readiness
Bart?
score
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be great today, but
How's your mental health, Bart?
My mental health is just fine.
Like Chuck would have probably preferred to be just in the house for days, but he had to get out. He had to go to Norman.
I was in the house all weekend.
But I was
See,
too.
I
will
wasn't.
admit that.
There's not a single day I stayed at home all day.
man.
Oh no, I did.
No,
I got a lot of stuff done around the house.
I got a lot of stuff done. I saw a lot of cars that had no business being on the road.
Yeah.
I got nothing done.
They figured that out.
I got nothing done. I watched the weather and
Yeah? I
watched the
just sat
snow and
around.
thought about how cold it was and how glad I am I'm not outside because I knew what was coming. I knew there was going to be stuff this week.
You had a
that-
gauntlet ahead of you.
I knew there was stuff ahead. So I spent the weekend just enjoying the fact I had nothing to do.
I do wonder what happens to all the driveways that didn't get shoveled with
Well, the
all the
sun
packed
comes out and it
ice
melts.
I mean, it takes a while.
It'll be gone by the end of the day today.
Might crack your drive. You think so?
Yeah.
By the end
it's
of the day
be supposed
today?
to be 40 today.
So all
sun
that
will be
work
out.
Kara and I put in on 3 different driveways. And it's like it made us feel good for a while.
That's right.
It's a good workout.
That's a quick
good
high.
exercise.
Yeah, it's a quick high. That's about it.
It's instant gratification.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Made you feel good about
instead
yourself
of
for
a
a few minutes.
long-term play.
I'm just telling you, long term, not shoveling is the way to go. I would highly recommend it.
I don't know. There was some joy in me taking a sledgehammer to the ice.
Well,
I kind of enjoyed
glad
that.
you were able to
I
do
had to
that.
shovel my driveway because mine's on a
Well, that's the
slope
thing.
and-
If you are on
and
a
I had
little
to-
bit of a slope, and the people that we'll just call them your great neighbors, park across the street on the road,
Yep, that
and you
was my
start
situation.
sliding,
Yeah.
you're going right into
That
one of
was-
their
that-
vehicles.
That was my situation. Despite
all these cars
Yeah.
parked along the road.
yeah, stupid.
The most
stupidity.
dangerous-
I've seen cars on my street get hit in like snow and icy weather before.
Do you have
Like,
video?
no, I don't. But like cars.
those
I
are
mean, I
always
didn't.
fun
I
to
didn't.
watch.
I didn't.
I
see-
really are.
I didn't see the contact, but you can hear it, and then you go. You kind of like pop your head outside, and you're like, oh. Yeah, could have seen that coming. You should have parked your car in your driveway or your garage.
Do
instead of
you
on the
do that in your neighborhood like you do it on the show? Do you walk over to those girls and be like those sorority girls that live across the street from you and go,
That's funny.
you guys are dumber than the entire Big Ten?
No, actually,
You guys are ruining the street
wrong
like they
with you
do college
people?
sports.
No. In fact, I'm very friendly with my neighbors. They're neighbors, man.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You never know when
so
they
you
might
only
need help. Or
you only
might
talk
need
about
help.
them here. You would never say that to them.
No, I helped one of them dig their cars out. Over the
Did you bake the neighbors' treats?
No.
Did you take food around the neighborhood?
No, I did not do any baking during the.
You didn't?
No.
That would have been so you. I'm
No.
kind of surprised.
I did a lot of cooking, but no baking.
I think
Really?
a lot of people gained weight during all this. Everybody that I knew was sending
didn't.
pictures of
I
all the
lost-
food
I
they were
lost weight.
cooking.
I didn't. All that shoveling.
I ate a lot.
Yeah.
I ate a lot
Yeah.
of hearty
See?
homemade meals.
Oh, by the way,
If you had someone to make you a hearty homemade meal, you chowed down over the course of the snow.
Yeah.
And our neighbors were baking.
Yeah,
they
see,
made
that's
cinnamon
just it.
rolls. They brought them over.
Really?
speaking of neighbors,
They were good.
Those are good
one of
neighbors.
Kara's neighbors is Ken Hatfield.
Did he bring over cinnamon rolls?
No, in the break room
Not
right
a very
now.
good neighbor then.
Stay with me. In the break room right now, Fudge
Wow. That's huge.
from Ken's wife.
yeah. She's
Cindy
a sweet,
made fudge.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
So you want some Ken Hatfield fudge?
Okay.
It's
Is that in the cookbook?
it's. I don't know. I should have asked him. I was
might be.
finishing
to
off
look.
her driveway yesterday, and Coach Hatfield came over and he said, "Hey," he goes, "mine's right over there."
That's funny.
And I said, "When I saw you pull in, I knew it'd be 5 minutes or less till you came over and told me that."
Yeah.
And he brought the fudge over. We did miss a few things. I mean, we didn't miss it. We were paying attention and we were watching. But had we have been here, here's some things you might have heard on the show. Edward put a mashup of kind of things that happened.
Mashup.
Yeah, we call it a montage, or I just
Kids call it
we
a mashup.
mashup. Kids,
Yeah.
I don't think kids call.
these days.
Kid-
I like mashup.
I can't even tell you what kids call things these days, but it's not.
Sounds like a Halloween
It's a different
treat.
language. Oh yeah, okay. This is what Edward cooked up.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. Thomas straight away 3-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Tip, no good, and that's it. That is it. The Razorbacks have escaped. Arkansas wins at 85-81.
The students, we gave away 15,000, so you saw them behind our. They ran in and took the best seat they could get. And I'm just saying, for them to do that on this day in this weather with what's going on, I thank the fans who turned in tickets and the ones that came here anyway.
First of all, the system's clearly broken, and I'm all for figuring out a way to fix it. But since the NCAA has already allowed professionals to play virtually every team we've played this year or will play as a former professional player on their roster, you tell me how I'm supposed to tell Charles and the team that we're not going to support them when he's been deemed legally eligible to play.
He will wait to sub in along with London Jemison. And here he comes. Listen to this ovation for Charles. Here he goes! Charles Bediako, welcome back!
Oh, here he goes. He can try to beat him with his legs. As Ellis runs after him, and May got there. Drake May outraces the defender.
And the aggressive call by Josh McDaniels sends New England to the Super Bowl.
8 seconds left. Loading up near side Nakua. Is he out of bounds?
Oh, my God.
3 seconds. We're going to run the clock. That's going to do it. The Seahawks soar to Super Bowl 60.
Davis throws it in. Here we go. 10 seconds to play. Tay Davis going to drive into the lane. Cut off. They're wasting time. Kicks it out to Pack. 3, no good. Wagner with a rebound. Saves it in bounds. Hawks clear it out to the other end. Arkansas wins the game. The Razorbacks battle back. They end the game on a 6-0 run, and they beat Oklahoma 83-79.
If LSU and Oklahoma play like that, they're winning games. And I told him after, I said, do you understand that was us a year ago? We were like you. We were right there. Now, all we had to do was break through one time. I'm glad we're done with them.
There you go. Bookends beating LSU and OU for Arkansas. And then we had some Charles Bediako in there, and we had the Patriots and the Seahawks winning their championship games to get into the Super Bowl together. Is that right? Is that what we had? And Nate Oates,
I think so.
Nate
Those
Oates
were the highlights
defending,
of the last 4 days.
supporting.
What a loser.
Support.
Golly, man. He's just
we didn't have to get
and a
through
loser.
2 segments without Nate Oates getting called names from Bart. Like on Valentine's Day,
the whole world is against
Bart's
him.
going to send him a Valentine's with hearts that say loser, scumbag.
Did you hear the way they cheered him though, Bart, when he got up? The way those Alabama fans cheered him.
you are on the wrong side of this. If you are supporting Nate Oates in this, you're on the wrong side of history here. I'm just telling you. And the whole world is on the right side.
The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching.
Except for Nate Oates and the Alabama basketball team and all the fans who don't understand simple rules. It's disgusting.
Well, I think the question is, for any of us, okay, if you are given a loophole, do you exploit the loophole? Even if you feel like from a moral standpoint or an integrity standpoint, and I'm not suggesting Nate Oates does, but apparently he thinks it's just fine. But where we are in college athletics is people are making choices based on what they can get away with, and that's it. That's the filter. And so we can all sit around and we can point fingers, but put yourself in the same position and millions, and you're making millions of dollars.
I think it's more nuanced than that.
And there's,
I do, because there's no comparing it to other situations that are happening in college basketball, because in those situations, whether it be at Louisville or Baylor or wherever, like it or not, those coaches are technically following the rules that are in place.
But if they
and
could
the
get
guidelines
a judge,
that are in place,
if they were an OAT position and they could get a judge to make it their player eligible at least for a period of time.
Donor.
I said if they could get a judge. I don't care. Like, we understand the guy's an Alabama donor. Again, people are doing what they can get away with in college athletics.
And I understand that. I think, but I don't think Nate Oates is like. I think he's openly cheating. That's what's happening. He's openly breaking the rules and flaunting it about the rest of college basketball.
Or he's a pioneer.
And everybody is against him. Literally every other coach. No other coach is doing this. There's not another coach in the country that's doing what Nate Oates is doing. And that's because he's a cheat and a scoundrel.
It's 6:30. Hope you're awake and happening this morning.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Every day I wake up despising Georgia basketball more and more.
That's a lot of despising, Brent, every day. Every day to despise something. That adds up.
I mean, Mike White's had more good jobs than the law should allow and had never won anything.
Well, he's winning right now.
Well, Bo, it's January, Bo.
I'm just.
What's he done?
Well, I mean, what did Mike White do to you? What's wrong with Mike White?
What did he do to me? His whole family's got a silver slipper on their foot. Brother, athletic director at Florida International.
Born on third base.
There we go. Hey, that guy was here. The one that's the FIU AD. He worked in our marketing department years ago.
He tried to sell advertising, and I don't know how good he was.
Brent's got a long memory. FIU, I think.
Well, no, it's FAU.
Brian White's the AD at FAU.
FAU. Okay,
Danny is the AD at Tennessee.
Okay.
Brett can tell you. He knows where all these guys are.
The brothers White.
At Tulane, what have they ever done?
Who?
And his dad was the AD at Duke, Danny White. I believe his name is. Well, I don't know what his name is.
Whites
Danny's his brother. He's the AD at Tennessee.
Oh man! According to
oh God, that just makes me ill. Mike White can't afford enough hair gel to get his hair standing up. He just put that little piece in the front.
I've never heard people get on Mike White before. He's a nice guy.
This is unbelievable. Like, where does this come from?
His teams don't win championships, so everyone likes him.
The whole family.
He's a polite guy, and you're just trashing him.
He's the whole family. It's the whole family, Chuck. Not just Mike White. He didn't like the
Silver
Whites.
Spooners.
Yeah.
They've never had to work for anything in their life in athletics.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending to running a small business to helping your kids learn more smart money habits or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, Oaklawn in Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show. Are you owning the day? Like, if you're not, at that point, it's still early enough to get your butt in gear, right?
Can I point something out here? It's okay to drag in the morning. It's okay. I mean,
You're not helping this.
I don't care. We're not a self-help show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So much to get into today. Do you have some of that fudge yet?
No, but that was a very attractive tin that they packed that fudge in.
Holiday fudge is what Coach Hatfield said he was told to deliver. Hey, if you need help getting something done coming out of the storm, Teamwork Roofing and Construction's ready to go. They've got all the crews ready. They're back to getting the roofs on and doing all that, but maybe you need some help because you had some damage. Maybe you need a remodel. Maybe you're going to need a new roof. Make them one of your quotes. If you're filing with insurance, teamworkbuilt.com, go onto their website. We talk about Teamwork all the time because we know who these people are. You can trust them. They'll show up on time. They'll come in on budget. They're going to leave you an immaculate job site. They treat it like it's their own. They use only certified materials, so you know you're getting a job that will last with a guarantee, and all the certified and licensed crews for no matter how difficult the job. Teamworkbuilt.com, Teamwork Roofing and Construction, and now cabinetry. Built on quality, powered by Teamwork. So Chad Morris had his press conference kind of, I think, while we were away. Or it happened at a time where we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But
Slipped through the cracks.
It did. But, I mean, we could rerun his press conference at Arkansas. And I remember specifically asking him what kind of offense they ran. Because, you know, he was known as an offensive guy. And this is how he answered the question at Clemson. And I also remember him answering the question this way at Arkansas. Same guy, same offense. Let's listen in.
We're a 2-back, run-oriented, play-action shot football team that's going to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field. We want to travel and we want to push the ball down the field.
Hold on a second. Now, does that sound like it's on a laminated card in his back pocket? I mean, does it or not? I mean, it's just like what?
We're a 2-back shot. Yeah.
I thought that's when he was introduced as the Allen High School coach.
Yeah.
We're a
different
2-back,
press
run-oriented, play-action shot football team that's going to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field. We want to travel and we want to push the ball down the field at least 3 times a quarter. And that means the ball traveling in the air 25 yards or more 3 times a quarter. Chart it, let's figure it out, why it happening, and get the ball to our playmakers. And how are we going to do that is getting in and out of structures, being able to play. Obviously, we're a base 11 personnel team, but be able to get in some 12 personnel at times, too. Be able to change the pace. Probably the one thing you asked, what was different. You know, in 2011, it was all about tempo, tempo, tempo. Defenses have caught up with that. So tempo now is the ability to change the pace of play and do it in different structures of how you do it. Play fast, play really fast, be able to huddle at times, get underneath center, and be able to change those things. But at the end of the day, let's don't complicate this thing. Let's get the ball to our playmakers, and let's let those guys go make plays.
We're going to put it in the left lane and pop the clutch and put the hammer down.
He literally just told you every way to play offense and then said not to complicate it.
What's the old saying, when you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with, you know what? I mean, that's kind of how I feel after hearing that.
Chevy, a Fayetteville Situation Room. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, guys. Clemson 50-1 to win the national title next year. If you'd like to light some money on fire, like you know what? Just give it to me. Just give it to me, and I'll play some.
You'll
more
book all the bets for you.
I'll play some more responsible wager for you on your behalf.
What's their win total?
Those aren't up yet. They're in the ACC.
Are they favored to win the ACC at that press conference?
Put it at 7.
That's not up yet either. But I'm scrolling through just the odds to win the national title. Nobody in the SEC, other than Miami, is rated ahead of them. So I don't know what their schedule is off the top of my head. I say their win total would probably be about 9.5. I'll take the under.
I have a question. What does it mean to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field? I just want to listen to the beginning of this one more time.
We're a two-back, run-oriented, play-action shot football team that's going to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field.
That's our mission statement right there.
He's got that down.
By the way,
he's got that down.
Chad's first game with Clemson will be at LSU.
Do you think it'll be in the air 25 yards or more at least 3 times a quarter?
I do not. Oh, they might try. It will not be successful.
That's the goal.
It will not be successful.
I don't know if you guys know this, but he coached Deshaun Watson.
Let's see. They're going to lose 1,
Did you know
2,
that?
Yeah. 3.
I can't name all the presidents, but I can tell you
that's
that.
right.
It's not a particularly difficult schedule for Clemson, but they'll screw it up just enough. Take the under.
Dabo, man, did you see his 8-minute timeline? As though
Pete Golding, man.
He was like a lawyer in court.
He was prosecuting the case.
Yes, litigating the case in a press conference. So this is so, I don't know, is it apropos like that Dabo finally got in the transfer portal, locked some kid up that he wanted from Cal, linebacker, has him signed, sealed, and delivered, put the Clemson, Colt on him, whatever they say, all the stuff, that they do, and, just what it all is. I mean, like Clemson stuff you see. And they got him in class. Like, first of all, if I'm this kid, I'm like, I'm not staying here because I'm not going to class. Nobody else in the transfer portal's going to class.
Pete Golding.
What do you mean?
Pete Golding called him up when he was in class. Goes, hey, man.
What are you doing in class? And how's another million sound?
You play for Ole Miss. You don't have to go to class.
That's right.
And what are you doing in class?
Dabo's out there preaching the gospel. He's in class. The kid's in class, and he's getting a text message from another coach.
I feel sorry for Dabo because he's 100% right.
Yes.
But because he's Dabo,
right?
It's like, oh, man, there goes Dabo again.
Yeah.
But he's 100%. I mean, think about this. You sign a kid. He's on campus. He's in class. And an opposing coach is poaching him literally while he's in class on your campus, offering him more money to come to Oxford, Mississippi. I guess right then.
Yes.
Just drop everything and come on down.
Well, it was the last day that you could sign. And so, like, throughout the day, they're negotiating the deal. Luke Farrelly, linebacker from Cal.
Did they end up getting him? Ole Miss got him, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess the offer finally got so
tells
good.
The whole story. They go over to, they sent Tom Allen to D.C. and some other guy over to the kid's house. They're like stalking him. They go out and he's in the driveway. And they're like, man, come on. You can't do that. It is wild that there is no tampering. I mean, people have contracts. It doesn't matter.
Used to, the most controversy you would have, I remember this happened. Arkansas was recruiting Tony Hugo. You remember Tony Hugo?
Do, yeah.
We had
for the Colts later, right?
Yeah. We had Otis on, and I think Otis was embedded with somebody that night. And there was one coaching staff in Tony Hugo's house. There was another coaching staff out in the yard, and there was a third one down the street just lurking, waiting on everybody to leave. Now, that's that's what it used to be.
That's college football.
Well, I'm just saying that's what recruiting used to be. Now it's, hey, the kid's in class, man. Let's text him and see if he wants to come down here.
And it used to be that way, Chuck, because once you signed, it was very difficult to get out of it, or you were going to have to sit out a year.
Yeah.
So that signature,
right.
that first signature, meant everything. Now it seems to not mean a whole lot. I don't know what they worked out with Duke, but Miami got the Duke quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that.
That whole lawsuit and all that. They ended up getting him.
Cut a deal. They just finally worked it out.
I just thought of something. Do you think it was really about the money for this Luke Farrelly kid, or do you think he, even as a linebacker, was sitting in class contemplating?
We're a two-back run-oriented play-action shot football team. It's going to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field.
Yeah.
You think he was like, I don't know, man.
Kiss of death.
I don't know. Maybe this Ole Miss thing isn't so bad.
That's funny.
Maybe this is a good deal.
That's funny.
They also in this thing Dabo laid out, he said that they asked the agent that they were communicating with if he would share the texts that he had gotten from Ole Miss, and he said, "Well, you never know what's going to happen. We don't want to burn bridges, but if you guys
in other words,
will
we're
match,
doing the same thing.
But if you guys will match their offer, we'll be happy to comply." 6:45. Good morning. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside, residential or commercial, simple or complex. Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search the Chuck and Bo Show.
Can I be honest?
Please do.
When this is me being vulnerable and transparent, which I know you love and are very comfortable with.
I know what's coming.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We'll get into the revenue situation next hour because Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette did their reporting on the Arkansas athletic budget, which actually operated at a surplus last year. But we're going to go through the line item budget stuff, which is always entertaining and fun, and actually I think revealing for some people who don't pay a lot of attention to how this all works. And you'll be stunned at some of the lack of money that some of the programs are bringing in. Valentine's Day is coming up, and you don't want to be, out in the cold, so to speak.
You're
as
right.
we've been. And I would just recommend going in there to Blakeman's and seeing Ben or anybody else and just say, hey, I need some help. Here's my budget. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's my situation. And they're going to help you win. And when you deliver the purple bag, it's going to be a Valentine's Day that wins. Undefeated, the purple bag. Go into Blakeman's, get the story, because you're going to get a piece of jewelry or a timepiece that isn't just that. It's going to have a story behind it and a story for life. They're way more than jewelry. They're about your story at Blakeman's. Pinnacle Hills in Rogers. The official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, I brought this up, that Chad Morris sounded an awful lot like he did when I asked him the question, what year was that when he was hired as the Arkansas head coach?
2018.
All right, 2018.
It's only been 8 years.
Here's Chad Morris at Clemson just the other day.
We're a two-back run-oriented play-action shot football team that's going to take great pride in pushing the ball down the field.
Here's Chad Morris when I asked him the question at his introductory Arkansas press conference in 2018.
Can you just go into a little bit more description of your offense? What will fans see? Maybe some more specifics with the kind of offense you run.
Yeah, well, obviously we're a two-back run-oriented play-action shot football team that does that in
know who you are,
window
baby.
dressings, so to speak. A lot of different formations, multiple movements. We'll do it very fast. So we'll be five wides at time. We'll go five wides back to two back. We'll reload back into two back. We can talk ball all day long.
Yes,
so I'll get ready.
can.
So we can do that. We'll go from one back to two back. A lot of changing of the structures.
Sure.
It's the same thing he said.
Hey, let me sum it up. Hurry up and punt. That's pretty much it. Hurry up and punt.
Holy cow.
Verbatim.
You literally just time traveled 10 years.
That's
like
really
8
good.
years, and here we are.
That's really good.
That's incredible.
We got to superpose those and put that on social media.
That is good.
You need to put, You need to put them side by
I'll work
side.
on that, yeah.
8 years later, Chad Morris is going to run it back at Clemson.
That's right. Left lane, hammer down,
Yes.
baby.
We'll get 5 wide. We'll pop out of that into 2 back to 5 wide, back to 2 back. Do it real fast.
Talk ball all day long.
I can talk ball all day long.
We'll do it real fast.
God.
What in the world?
We can talk ball all day.
Oh my
Talk ball.
gosh,
Talk some ball.
man, that is 2 on point right there.
I hope Dabo enjoys working for the ACC network next year.
Dude, who's on your list, Bart? Who's not going to
There's
have
a lot of
Is
people,
Nate Oates
man.
getting fired over this deal? Is he? Because I know he's on your.
I love him down there.
Probably not,
He's
because
one of
again,
them.
like the whole chain of command there is complicit with what's going on. So Greg Byrne could step in and be like, "Hey, no, we're not going to do that."
Hey, this is the
but
second.
That's not
in all
happening.
seriousness.
Where's Greg Sankey?
Yeah,
Really?
Greg Sankey could.
Where
step in
is
and do
Greg
it.
Sankey? Seriously.
He's working behind the
Early
scenes.
contenders for the 2026 Cole list.
The NCAA has filed a motion to have the judge recuse himself.
Right.
Given that he's given $200,000 to Alabama.
Yeah. Seems like it should happen.
The University of. Oh my
He
gosh.
was wearing a Roll Tide hoodie.
Yeah.
Nate Oates also, let the guy that was at least involved in a murder investigation continue to play too. Almost 7 o'clock. Good morning.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mangarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes, and now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond, you're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry, it's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Otis, of these new guys that they're bringing in, and you just went through, I mean, there's a lot of them.
Right.
Percentage-wise, how many of them are they looking at saying, we've got to have this guy play and play well right now? I mean, we need him to come in here. If he's a bust, we've not done our job right here.
Chuck, I know you and Bo well, and I knew you'd probably ask that. And so I wrote down 10 players that I think there's probably more.
Right there.
There's 10 players I wrote down with knowing that one of you two would ask that question. Go. I wrote down Chris Marshall at wide receiver, Lakai Rowe. Well, let me do this, Papa. Chris Marshall at wide receiver, Bryant Williams and Terrence Robertson at offensive tackle, Malachi Braylon from Memphis at offensive guard, Carter Stoutmire and Christian Harrison at safety, Xavier Sims, defensive tackle from Oregon, and I think I said Chris Marshall, but Lakai Rowland and Jaheim Johnson at corners, and Kamari House at linebacker. Those to me, that's 10 kids, guys. If I didn't leave somebody out, but that's 10 kids I wrote down because I knew you'd probably have to, and that's legit. Those are legit 10 guys that they really need to step up there. Sorry, now there'll probably be some others, but even if there's not, if you get 10 starters right there, and those are some important positions. You got 3 offensive linemen, 2 corners, 2 safeties, a linebacker, wide receiver. So, I mean, we're talking pretty important positions, you know.
I know the linebacker from North Carolina had a lot of production. That's a thing that Cignetti, and I don't want to get into this cliche of everybody's got to do it like Cignetti now.
Right.
But I do love the idea and the philosophy that you go get guys that have produced somewhere else.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? That defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Do you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's going to warm up into the 40s today. It did yesterday.
Balmy.
Had a little melt, and then it froze again overnight because it's 15 in Fayetteville right now. A little fog. That is the thing you got to be aware of. Because in the middle of the afternoon, if you're out and about, and then you take it on home for the evening, and you get up in the morning, and you think it's going to be like it was at 4 o'clock yesterday. Well, it froze again overnight.
And that frozen fog, too, That'll get you sometimes.
Yeah. Parking lots are your...
I think there's going to be a lot of melting today, though. There was a lot yesterday. There's going to be a lot more
You're
today.
counting on that.
I am counting on it, yes.
Shovel,
the side streets.
Shovel what? Whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man. You go ahead.
Melt.
But, I think it'll all be gone in a day or two. Then it's going to get cold again this weekend.
Yeah. We were going to be at Oaklawn.
Yeah, it's
but
not gonna
Oaklawn
happen.
has officially canceled racing this weekend.
Saturday and Sunday, I guess. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be like single digits one of those nights I saw.
Can't have the horses out there in the cold. They're still doing all the other stuff, like a concert and all the things they got going on.
Just
at
not
Oaklawn.
racing.
But is it my headphones that are?
I don't know. You sound
I
fine
hear you
here.
just fine.
You got a problem over there?
I do. I got it fixed though. You just got to screw that sucker back in, Chuck.
Well, you do. You do.
Now it's working fine. But I didn't know for a second.
You concerned me.
So due to the inclement weather, out of an abundance of caution for the safety of both the equine and the human athletes, Oaklawn has canceled live racing scheduled for this weekend. January 30th through February 1st, all affected race days and associated events will be rescheduled for the following weekend. So we'll be down there then, February 5th through the 8th, preserving one of the most significant racing weekends of the season. The Southwest Stakes, as originally drawn, will now be contested on Friday, February 6th.
Southwest Stakes is a big race, and you want to have good conditions for that.
But all the other stuff's still open and going strong.
They'll be rocking and rolling.
At Oaklawn. 13-point deficit. Arkansas overcame won the game last night.
That was an exciting game. It was an exciting finish. And I know Oklahoma struggled. But, man, life on the road's not easy. Look at Kentucky last night at Vanderbilt. I mean, they got drilled. And I've always believed you go on the road, you come home with a 1-point win, then you've had a good trip. And they did what they had to do to win the game.
We all think this is going to be a tough test on Saturday.
It will be.
Going to be a tough challenge.
It will be.
Are we going to lay off the Kentucky smack talk this week? Or do we want to just double down?
Bart, look at that sly grin on Bart's face across the room.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's
I know
why
what's
this
on his
game is
mind.
so big for Kentucky, because they're all over Mark Pope in Kentucky. Like, they've gone their year with Pope, and now they're seeing Arkansas and they're seeing what's happening. It's not like Kentucky's having a bad year, but they know they're not good enough, and they know he's not Cal. And now they're having firer's remorse.
And if Arkansas wins this game, that feeling is going to be cemented because they will have done it 2 years in a row. And this will put Arkansas 2 games ahead of Kentucky in the standings if they win. Now, I'm not counting anything. Just for the record, I'm not chalking this one up. Nobody expected Arkansas to go to Kentucky last year and win. And I was talking last night, Toby Rowland, OU's guy, their play-by-play guy, said, "How's it going?" He goes, "Well, we're 1-6." And I said, "Well, we were 1-6 last year too." So, I mean, it can happen. Now, I don't think it's going to happen for Oklahoma, just to be brutally
They're
honest.
a tough out, though.
But
they've got a lot of close games.
They'll beat some. They beat Ole Miss by 16 in their building. Now, they've not won since, which is, they've lost a lot of close games. They'll win another few games in their building. They're not going to make the tournament this year, I don't think. But they'll win some games at home.
Were people drunk last night? Could you tell?
They
$2
had,
beers.
For those who don't know, they had free admission and $2 beer.
And free pizza for the students.
Free pizza for the students. And, from what I'm told, I was told this yesterday
Balling on a
afternoon,
budget.
there were a lot of Arkansas students that decided it might be worth the drive. Free admission, $2 beer. There were actually a good number of Razorback fans there, and you could hear them when they were calling the Hogs. There always are when we play over in Oklahoma, but it was their biggest crowd in a while. I'm not going to say they were a factor because they weren't, but they were noisy. They were noisy. It was a better crowd. I would say it's probably the second, maybe the best crowd we've seen at Lloyd Noble. It's been a while since we've been over there. They're not a crowd that affects the outcome of the game. They're just not. The Thunder played last night up the road in Oklahoma City. That's where all the basketball people were. And that's just kind of how it is over there right now. But, again, they got some guys who can shoot.
and they'll win some games at home.
It's so condescending. It was awesome.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. It's just
I know you didn't. I just threw that word in there. It's just like
Goodbye.
you took the whole Oklahoma crowd, you grabbed it by the back of the head, and you slammed their face down.
Well,
they
wound up dead.
He just went. I'm not going to say they were a factor because they weren't.
Well,
that holds 10,000, by the way. That's it.
Yeah.
So when we talk about getting people in there,
that's
less than half the size of Bud Walton.
Oklahoma's going to, if they're going to win at basketball, the first thing they've got to do is get serious about their facility. When your practice floor is better than the place you play the games, you got it backwards. And they're going to – and they've not done it at some point. Maybe they will. But they've just not committed money to basketball. That is an old facility now.
That's one of the issues that some schools are facing right now because you got to pay the players.
I know.
And you can't, Arkansas wanted to do some renovations to Bud Walton, and they've put that off because of the new, budget line items of paying players. But for Arkansas, they're not in dire straits like some of these places are.
No. Well, and look, it's each school's got to make a decision on how you spend your money. What you prioritize, what's important to you, what's important to your donors. Everybody's got to consider that. All you've got to do, drive by Owen Field on the way to the Lloyd Noble Center and tell me what's most important there and tell me what's really not important at all. Everything but football, if you get right down to it. And
they got a nice softball park.
Yeah, it's all right. But they make their hay in Bricktown up the up the road.
Right. But like a brand new.
You're right.
Patty Gasso, a lot of championships. You and her had something in common over the weekend. We didn't even get into this yet. Chuck died again.
Yeah, that's so embarrassing.
Literally,
that is
a
so
story.
embarrassing.
I had people texting me before the game on Saturday. Did Chuck pass?
I know. I did too.
I'm like, yeah, but he's back, and he's calling the game.
Resurrected.
I had people asking me. I said, tell them he's dead.
Yeah.
Tell them that. I mean, really, just tell them because people that are running around casually asking about this. I mean, just
don't read that. That's embarrassing.
No, I'm not.
It's embarrassing. It really is.
It's his life.
It's embarrassing.
It's his call.
I just wanted to see how many people had interacted with it.
Well,
and then Patty Gasso on the same weekend had a fake news story.
Yeah, there's a fake story about Pat. I mean, there are fake stories out there every day about people. There was one I read the other day. I guess Trevin Brazil was driving home, and he had a flat tire, and somebody stopped to help him. And he bought her a Mercedes the next day. Now, that didn't happen. It did not happen.
Sure?
Yeah, it didn't happen. And so, I mean, there are all – and every school, there's somebody out there churning out these fake stories everywhere. And I don't really know how it happens, but it does.
It's just wild. It's
so stupid.
It is. But the thing is people interact with it, and they don't know any better.
I'm gonna give some credit though. Like Chuck, people came to your defense.
He's not dead.
I just want you to know, people came to your defense.
Really?
People came to your defense.
That's not true. I saw him yesterday.
Chuck, you sound good on the radio. You sound too good on the radio today to be dead. This is wrong, and these people should be sued.
That sounds good.
This crap
sounds good to me.
This crap should be punishable by law. I'm sick of the internet full of its liars and scammers. Hope you all burn in the lake of fire for eternity.
Wow, that
holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I think I actually typed that one. Yeah.
Were you getting?
Yeah, that was my.
Were you getting a lot of texts?
I did report it.
I heard from people I hadn't heard from in a while. Yeah. I mean, I really did.
What did they say?
Are you okay? That's what all of them said. Are you okay? I mean, seriously, that's what every one of them said. Are you okay?
You should have just not responded.
Exactly.
I thought about that. I did.
Of course you did.
I thought about that.
Of course you did.
But no,
you did. Yeah.
But it's embarrassing more. It's just stupid.
You should have just kept going to respond and leave the ... there. And never responded.
Yeah, hey, that's a good one right there. That's a good one. Yeah, I wish I'd thought of that.
And never responded.
I wish I'd thought of that. That was good.
I just wonder how people check on you when they've heard you're dead.
Are you okay? They send me a text.
That's what they
Are you okay?
No, you should have responded.
No,
I'm dead.
I'm dead. Can't you read?
Can't you read?
Hey, I do know this. I'm glad my heater worked over the weekend. I'm glad it's working right now. And the thing about Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, that's who we talk about. The thing about them is they give you peace of mind. You know, last weekend, how many people were saying, I got to keep my water dripping. I sure hope my heater works. I mean, golly, I hope nothing goes wrong this weekend. If you're a Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric customer, that's not something that crossed your mind, because preventative maintenance, that's what keeps it running, and that's what they do at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. It's why they've been around for over 50 years. You can schedule your appointment, and your life can become stress-free, at least in that area. You won't have to worry about that. You can log on to gopaschal.com. There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names. And they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
When Chuck and I started the show, he said we want to deal with smart people, smarter than us. It's going to take a while for them to show up because they've been dumbed down, but they'll show up.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Kentucky fans are on their team because they lost, but also apparently before they went out to the locker room, this video, or out to the game, this video emerged from the locker room where they're calling it up. And I'm going to tell you, just in case you don't understand what they say, their call up is touch money.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, come on, man. Here we go. Touch money on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Touch money! And they went out and got their butts kicked.
Wow. I
Scored
didn't know
55
that.
points.
Touch money. Some say family. You know, some family on 3.
Yeah, family on me.
Bears on 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Family. All right. Arkansas athletics budget has the fiscal year has been reported. The Democrat Gazette did the Freedom of Information Act, and here's what we have. The Razorbacks reported a net revenue of $11.78 million on their NCAA membership financial reporting survey. Now, Arkansas Athletics Department annually gives a portion back to campus. And so after they did that, they netted out with a surplus of $6.89 million. Now, all this is just kind of in the weeds. One of the things that I thought was interesting, Chuck, is Arkansas had a operating budget of $196 million. Of that $196 million, $37 million came from contributions. Of that $37 million, $32 million came from the Razorback Foundation. So in the grand scheme of a $200 million budget, when we sit around and talk about all the money that people are being asked to give, it is a small portion. Now, it's not small. It's $37 million that come from donations and contributions. But it is, that's a small piece of a $200 million budget. They are going to, yesterday an announcement came, the Razorback Foundation and Razorback Ticket Center announced they're implementing a reseating plan for Arkansas football games like they did with basketball. So seats are no longer grandfathered in, just like at Bud Walton Arena. Now, in an era where we talk about how important the money is, Hunter Yurchek told the Board of Trustees not long ago that the reseating plan at Bud Walton resulted in $10.8 million in recurring donations. So every year, an additional $10.8 million, okay, that they're getting because they reseeded Bud Walton, and they got around $9 million in one-time donations. So that was a one-year, $20 million move to reseat Bud Walton Arena. Now, if you don't understand,
it means football ticket prices are going up. Is that right?
I don't know. I think they might go up a little bit, but it's more about getting more people in that upper $40,000 a year level of a donation. And if you do that, then you get better ticket choices. So in the past, if you had been in, a great seat, but your contribution was only $20,000 a year and you had not stopped giving, you were locked into that seat. Now that's going to be tiered. So the best seats will be the $40,000 a year Broyles Matthews Platinum donors. So you're no longer grandfathered in. Your seat, if you want to continue to give $20,000 a year, may be further back or somewhere else in the stadium. That's what the reseating brings. So the idea is that you get more contributions from those people that give the $40,000 and then get a better seat behind it, or that comes along with it. That's the big move in revenue. Not necessarily that the ticket prices are going up, although they might.
Well, if ticket prices are going up in football,
There's a tone deaf quality to that. I'll just put it that way.
I'll
just stop right there. There's a little bit of tone deafness there.
I'll say this. Like, I just pulled up the chart that's like, donation levels and then how much tickets cost and everything. If you want decent season tickets to a Razorback football game, it's extremely expensive. Like, extremely expensive.
I don't know enough about this.
I'm literally just
I don't know
looking
what
at
it means to the average Joe. I just don't know.
Well, I'm just looking.
He's about to tell you.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the. So if you want to get a ticket wherever, right? Basically anywhere in the stadium, you have to donate at least $10,000. At least.
Well, hold on. There's some sections like the upper deck.
No.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you want carte blanche, like pick your seat wherever you want to be in the stadium, you have to donate at least $10,000 a year to then have the opportunity to purchase those tickets. Okay. Now, yeah, you can go down the list. The cheapest donation level is like $50, right? And you can get tickets in the upper portions of the stadium. To get anything at a club level or in the end zone or anything, you have to donate at least $500 a year. $500 a year. I mean, now that's not as much as $10,000, but that's still a lot of money to a lot of people.
Those are for season tickets, but this isn't.
And then you got to buy the tickets on top of it.
Yeah, but that's not anything new.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out that when you actually look at the numbers, it's like, geez, man.
But this is college athletics.
I know it is. I know it is. But it's just so expensive for fans now.
It is expensive.
It's just so expensive.
But let's go win some games. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's go win some games.
Yeah. If you want somebody to donate $10,000, win some games.
Just for the conversation, let me play the other side. You win games.
I understand.
How do you win games? You got to have money to win games.
Right. I understand. It's chicken egg situation.
But it certainly helps. Like, people complained about the reseating at Bud Walton, but I mean, I go to Bud Walton and it's as lively as ever, and it's packed. And it's packed on a night when, it's hard for people to get to the game because they're winning. And it's exciting. But if you're going, I mean,
you're not going to be able to do that in two sports here right now. There are just some economic realities, and nobody's saying this, and they should. There are economic realities in our state. You are not going to be able to fund at a national championship level two programs at the same time. You're just not. It's never happened.
If you're going with the average median in the state, yes. But if you're depending on the people that have and can afford to do it, and you're going to get more $40,000 or $20,000 donations, then I understand where they're coming from.
Let's see if this happens year after year after year. That's always been my question. Can you sustain this year after year after year? Because that's the question. How long do these folks continue to spend this kind of money? I don't know the answer to that. I find the whole thing disgusting. Sometimes I probably just need to keep my mouth shut because I don't like a lot of this stuff. But they don't ask me my opinion.
The interesting part is the business of college sports hasn't changed from this standpoint. Like this is the way it's always been. The big difference for football is the reseating. So you may lose a seat to somebody else because they're given a bigger donation. And that's what just happened at Bud Walton Arena a year ago. That's the biggest change. Now, money is becoming more of a talking point because you need more money to pay players. But this part of the money, this isn't NIL. This isn't anything else. This is just what it's always been. So this isn't new. The only new part of this is reseating. Reseating just means that, we're no longer having people grandfathered in, and the people that pay more are going to get better seat options. That's what we're talking about here. Just so we're clear. That's the story here. Now, there's two things going on: the reseating and then the budget that came out and the money, where it's being spent and all that. And when we come back, I'll take you through the budget because you are a $200 million athletic department. $200 million is plenty of money to win in football, basketball, and maybe baseball. But once you get past that and you find out where the rest of the money is going, that gives you an idea of when Hunter says that my charge is to be a broadly based, successful athletic program, that there's 99% of the programs in the athletic department lose money every year. So you have enough money to win at football, but you're giving it to everyone else so you can have a program in that sport. And we'll dig into that. But they're trying to get the job done with this reseeding thing and make more money like they did in basketball, which was financially wildly successful. Now, how is it long term? How does it play, with the fans and their feelings and all that? Maybe a different topic, but financially it was successful.
The only people that I hear saying this isn't that big a deal are the people that don't have to pay it. You don't hear the people that have to pay it ever say, oh, it's just like it was a year before. It's no big deal. This is a serious deal, and this is what Razorback fans talk about. This is the disconnect that you hear me talking about. And they, they need to win some games. I'll just put it that way. Let's go win some games.
That's it. That's always the thing. Hey, they're trying to get the job done. WT Equipment can help you get the job done. Light construction work is called like shoveling parking lots or clearing parking lots. Bobcats, all the front loaders, all the things they have at WT Equipment. They sold out of generators on Friday after we told you they had generators. They may have some new in stock now. You can go to WTEquip.com to find out more, but they've got Bobcats, Hustler, Steel, all the brands like New Holland. They're not just farm and ag-dry. They are light construction people that help you get the job done. Locally owned and operated, 8 locations throughout Arkansas. Whether you're running a farm, managing a job site, taking care of your own land, WT Equipment has the tools to help you get the job done. WTEquip.com. That's where you find them online. It's 7:30 on Wednesday. Good morning. I didn't know what Bart had on his mind this morning.
He's got a lot of thoughts today, and you people are going to listen to every one of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time Hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Every day I wake up despising Georgia basketball more and more.
That's a lot of despising, Brent, every day. Every day to despise something. That adds up.
I mean, Mike White's had more good jobs than the law should allow and had never won anything.
Well, he's winning right now.
Well, Bo, it's January, Bo.
I'm just.
What's he done?
Well, I mean, what did Mike White do to you? What's wrong with Mike White?
What did he do to me? His whole family's got a silver slipper on their foot. Brother, athletic director at Florida International.
Scored on third base.
There
we go.
Hey, that guy was here. The one that's the FIU AD. He worked in our marketing department years
and he
ago.
tried to sell advertising, and I don't know how good he was.
Brent's got a long memory. FIU, I think.
Well, no, it's
FAU. Brian watched the AD at FAU.
FAU. Okay,
Danny is the AD at Tennessee.
Okay.
Brett can tell you. He knows where all these guys are.
And his dad was the AD at Tulane. What have they ever done?
Who?
And his dad was the AD at Duke. Danny White. I believe his name is. Well, I don't know what his name is.
Whites
Danny's his brother. He's the AD at Tennessee.
Oh man! According to
oh God, that just makes me ill. Mike White can't afford enough hair gel to get his hair standing up. He just put that little piece in the front.
I've never heard people get on Mike White before. He's a nice guy.
This is unbelievable. Like, where does this
His
come
teams
from?
don't win championships, so everyone likes him.
The whole family.
He's a polite guy, and you're just trashing him.
He's the whole family. It's the whole family, Chuck. Not just Mike White. He didn't like the
Silver
Whites.
Spooners.
Yeah.
They've never had to work for anything in their life in athletics.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, Oaklawn in Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, we're figuring it all out today.
Yeah, you get 4 smart guys like us in a room. we'll have this thing taken care of in a heartbeat.
Now we're getting carried away.
Yeah.
Arkansas's win last night puts them at 6-2 in the conference. Yeah. Because it was a Tuesday night game, not everybody played. Alabama beat Missouri. Arkansas beat Oklahoma. And Vanderbilt annihilated Kentucky 80-55. Here are the standings. Understand that more games are being played tonight. But here are the standings right now. I'll give you just the top half here. A&M 6-1 in the league. Arkansas 6-2. Florida 5-2. Vanderbilt 5-3. Kentucky 5-3. And then you get into Georgia, Alabama, Auburn 4-3. And then Missouri's 4-4. Tennessee's 3-3 and goes from there. But Arkansas that was a big game last night. They needed to win that game against a 1-6 team that had lost, 6 in a row after winning their conference opener. They needed to win that road game to really kind of stay in this hunt at the top.
You've got to just sneak out of other people's arenas with wins, whether it's 1 point, 4 points, 8 points, whatever. It doesn't matter. And Arkansas was able to win that game last night. But, yeah, and now Kentucky's going to come in here on Saturday night in a spot where they've got to win because, they've got 2 road games this week, at Vanderbilt, at Arkansas, 2 places where traditionally it's been very tough to go in and win for anybody. Kentucky struggled at Vanderbilt before, and, man, they struggled last night. But whatever they've got left, and I suspect it's quite a bit, just for the record, Arkansas is going to get it on Saturday night.
We're reviewing this article from Christina Long. Arkansas Athletics reports $6.89 million surplus in 2025, what we learned from the financial data. And then coinciding with that, some Arkansas football tickets will be subject to reseating in 2026. So some people that aren't given as much as maybe some others could end up losing their seats between now and football season. What I found to be just sort of interesting to look at, if you haven't really dug in or paid attention to how college athletic budgets work, in almost every case, football brings in the most money. And then most other sports don't make money. And so your budget, Arkansas being around $200 million, is largely at a deficit because you're not making money. You don't have revenue generating sports, except in football and basketball. Baseball, for example, is not even though it does very well at Arkansas, it operates at a $3.1 million deficit.
And these are important numbers, and I'm not knocking anybody for anything, but I don't think people understand exactly, how much is spent, how much you make, how much you lose, how much football is responsible for paying for. Some of these programs, and it's not just here, it's all over the country, they don't just operate at a deficit. They operate at a mind-boggling loss.
Well,
mind-boggling.
Can I give you a couple stats?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to give you an example. First of all, we'll just tell you that football had a surplus of nearly $30 million last year. Basketball, $4.1 million. All right? Everybody else lost money. The women's tennis program brought in operating revenues of $82. They spent nearly $1.1 million. Brought in $82. Men's golf brought in $165. They spent $1.3.
My God.
Brought in $165. Women's golf brought in $11,874, but they spent $1.6 million. Gymnastics brought in $355,000, spent $2.2 million. Here's one: women's basketball spent $6.7 million, brought in $294,000.
Oh my goodness.
That is a deficit of $6.4 million for the women's basketball program. This is the reality. We talk about football and
I don't even know what to say.
NIL.
I don't even know what to say.
Track's pretty good, right? I mean, men's and women's track at Arkansas combined spent a little over $10 million. Lost $9 million or $10 million.
God, yeah, almost $10.5 million.
$10.5 million. Men's track made $95,000. Women's track made $83,000. They both spent over $5 million. $83,000 is what you brought in,
and they're very good.
You spent $5 million. So if
and
you
they're very good.
Yeah. As good as nobody's doing better.
Right.
Like just as a program. From
right.
a programmatic standpoint, I mean, who's
right.
like
my
not
point
talking about
is,
winning
is
every year, but
it costs to win.
And we're in the richest conference in America.
Yeah.
This is the richest conference in America. So you look at the losses in the SEC, for example, like in baseball. Not anything like the losses in that sport in another conference. Now, they won't spend as much money on their programs as schools in the SEC do. And this is one of the reasons I've always said that when you look at the non-revenue sports, the SEC and the Big Ten should dominate in everything. You should win in everything in the non-revenue sports because you got more money to spend on it. You can operate at a loss. Lots of places can't. Plus, you're only competing against about half the country anyway. And it's just the truth. And people don't like hearing it, but it's the truth.
We all get, tickled or chuckle at the Learfield Cup standings when Arkansas is in the top 15 every year.
Yeah.
But look, that's a university decision. That's a chancellor, president, board of trustees decision. They tell the athletic director, right, like, here's what we want you to do. We want you to be successful across the board. Or we want you to be really good in basketball, football, baseball. Not in that order, but you would go with the football first because that's where you make the most money. But that's not necessarily the charge. And, you know, I don't know if people realize this, but we talk about football being a business and basketball being a business. Well, these other sports aren't a business. This is college athletics. So we can professionalize it and pay the players all we want to, but nobody's running a business that I know of for very long where they have, I forget how many sports Arkansas has. Is it 18, 17, 14, whatever it is, where let's just call it 15, where 2 of the 15 businesses are profitable. Nobody hangs on to the 13 other businesses in real business because this isn't real business.
Because it's their money that's going for it. In these cases, you're spending somebody else's money. When it's your own money, you shut the doors.
Right, because you don't get paid at the end of the year with a dividend check because you're an owner. You've always just spent all the money. And then you try to get some more for facilities and all that. Well, now you add in line item budgets like athletes that you're paying. And I do think that there is just a wide gap in knowledge of how college athletics really work. And
real people don't live in a world like that.
I know.
Real people don't live in that world.
That's right.
And when you hear it, when you hear those numbers or when you read them, it's like, what are we doing? I mean, we've lost our minds.
I look at this, and one thing that maybe stands out that would go unnoticed just when you're looking at this list is the operating expenses of nearly $2.3 million for swimming and diving. That is higher operating expenses than volleyball, men's and women's golf, women's tennis, men's tennis, and almost as much as gymnastics, who's a top 10 program.
$2.2 million, Bart, but they brought in $1,900
for swimming and diving.
But they brought in $1,900. Here's my thing, and I don't mean to be rude at all, but tennis, come on, $82.
I'm sorry.
$82.
I don't think I'd even listed that.
Can we have somebody give 18 to get that up to 100? I mean, come on.
I will give $18.
That just looks
I
so
will
bad.
give $18.
Will you give $18?
I'll give $18.
Will you give $18 to tennis?
I think, and you know what? I think
Where
I got
did the $82
I got a
come
20
from?
in my wallet. I'll just can I just go over there and give it? Hey, you guys keep this.
How did they come up with
Report
$82?
it next year.
Are those the 5 people that actually stopped and paid on the way in, and everybody else just walked by the usher? Catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, wherever you get podcasts, on YouTube. Been in business over 25 years. So many vehicles on the lot there, you can just drive around and shop. Best pre-owned selection. What do they got, Chuck? Honda, Toyota?
Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota.
That's where you got your Silverado.
I did indeed, and I was glad I had it during the winter weather.
Might need you a truck now. Stop by the Fayetteville Auto Park and check it out. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the basketball palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well, in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside, residential or commercial, simple or complex. Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
We've been thinking that you travel a lot, and we were wondering if it'd be okay if you just shared your location with us.
Probably not. But
just in case anything happens.
Yeah, I
just with the family here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
would you mind sharing your location with us?
I would mind. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, well, there you go. The budget's all right.
Yeah, you start talking about budgets. I'm like,
I'll tell
hey,
you
I've
what.
been reseated. Me and Z got reseated
you
this
did.
year.
You did.
We got reseated.
They're $375.
Yeah, we said, nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
If you guys want to sit here, listen, it's when you got to make money to pay for all these sports. I mean, it does give you a little different perspective, or at least does me, gives you a little different perspective on if you're the AD, what do you do? If you're the people making the decisions, what do you do? Because I get the fan side of it. I get that, ticket prices go up, or I'd like to sit in the seat that I've had for 20 years because I've been given $10,000 a year for 20 years. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Here's what somebody's got to explain to me, and maybe there's an explanation and I'm too dumb to understand. But Arkansas has got, what'd you say, $196 million budget?
Yes.
$196 million. Let's just take on average. Let's just say athletic departments out there, on average, $200 million. All right? Mm-hmm. $20 million to pay players. I'm no math major. What's that, 10%? And we're acting like college sports has been turned upside down. What's happening to the other 90%? Where's it being spent? Who's it being spent on?
Women's tennis.
Well, I'm not just talking about the sports. I'm talking about administrators. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff.
There's $60 million.
We're acting like the world's going to hell in a handbasket over 10% of the budget. Tell me where the other 90%'s being spent, and I'll pay a little bit more attention to you.
Okay. Me personally? Or?
I'm just speaking generally. I'm speaking generally.
Let me go.
Yeah, you personally.
Let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 22, 27, 32. So about $40 million is going to other sports. Those are operating expenses. And then $59 million is going to all the non-program specific stuff.
Administration.
Like all the salaries within the department that aren't tied to a specific sport, all the facilities, all that.
Three times as much as you're paying players.
Well, in the NFL, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's a collectively bargained agreement. But it's also run like a business, and the Cowboys don't have a tennis team on the side.
It makes $82.
At Frisco, if you go to the Frisco Star, nobody says, what time does the tennis match start? And I'm not trying to make fun of I'm just saying, that's not a revenue-producing thing. They're all about making money around the Cowboys, and that's the biggest difference. Well, it's the Chuck and Bo Show. I'm going to get us some breakfast.
I'm going to drive down
We're back.
to Tennessee.
We are back with a bang.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know. I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Today's a big day. I just learned something I literally have wondered.
2 days in a row.
My entire life.
We've had some pretty big learnings here.
We get to the bottom of the questions that, people want answers to here on this show. And all my life I've wondered, why is it Hardee's one place and Carl's Jr. in another? What's the dividing line? I know some people have...
You're not alone.
I know some people ponder more weighty questions than that. But that's the sort of question I ponder. Why is it Hardee's in one spot and Carl's Jr. in another? Well, I, of course, said it out loud during the break. And
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Which is worse, being shooed or shushed?
Probably shushed.
I mean, you want to start a fight at home?
Chuck, you sound like you have some
experience. I'm just saying. Now, being shooed for a guy, being shooed is probably worse than being shushed.
Probably so.
For a female, it's been my experience. I can only speak from experience. that shushing is
you
worse
don't wanna
than
go-
shooing.
yeah, you don't wanna
Shushing
shush.
is, I mean, that's going to get you in
The
trouble.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's 8:02. Bo's gone to fetch breakfast. We got a lot of callers on the line. People have stuff to say. So I'm just going to begin the hour going right to the phones. 877-377-6963. We're going to begin with Mike in Fayetteville. Mike, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate y'all taking my call. It was great seeing you Saturday night. Ran into Bo there as well, and just wonderful. You guys do a great job, and I'm so appreciative y'all brought up this whole budget thing. For the last couple of years, I don't know if the fans out there know this, but on the ArkansasRazorback.com website, find in the headings, you can actually get to the financials for the university. And it's very comprehensive, I guess, about public disclosure. But you can see exactly where this department spends their money, and it's breathtaking. And y'all to bring that up this morning in the midst of this seating adjustment, kind of like they did with basketball and baseball, makes us wonder as season ticket holders and Razorback Foundation donors. We're giving our money for the other sports, and I've often thought this, Chuck, for the last number of years with Hunter. They're very interested in the Learfield Directors Cup. It's plastered all over the buildings on campus. It seems to be the priority is with the Directors Cup in all sports, as opposed to really building a football team that is competitive in the way of potentially winning SEC championships. If they can't be competitive there, it looks like they want to be competitive in the other sports. And I'm okay with that as long as the fans and the supporters and the donors know that that's what their purpose and mission and vision is. I know it's tough for them to be able to disclose that. And I might be way off base, but, man, y'all bringing that up today was really, really, I think, meaty. The other thing I'll mention is that I've often gone out to, like, an Ole Miss website because they disclose their financials and compare, like, soccer expense for Arkansas versus soccer expense just to see why are there apples to apples as far as our football program to Ole Miss's as far as spend versus soccer. Where is our money going? Because it seems like if you follow the money, you'll follow the success. And so I just wanted to call in and throw that out there to the public because y'all brought it up this morning and did a really nice job with it. And just appreciate y'all's show. So thanks for taking my call.
All right, Mike. Thank you. Brent is in Searcy. Brent, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Brent, what's up?
What's up? I'm glad you guys are back. I was worried about you.
Well, inclement weather.
It'll get you every time.
That's right.
I want to talk about, for one thing, I want to tell you I have reached the pinnacle of my sports talk career when I made the Chuck and Bo opening today. I heard it for the first time.
Did Brent make the open? I didn't realize that. I should listen more closely.
We played in one of the YouTube breaks.
Him
ripping Mike White for
I got you.
Just being
I got you.
no good silver spooner.
Scoundrel, I think was the word Bart used earlier in describing someone else.
Scoundrel. There you go.
Nate Oates is a
Scoundrel.
But I want to thank you for that article that y'all talked about that Christina Long wrote about. I had no idea how much the athletic department is having to carry the other sports other than football, baseball, and basketball. I mean, you make $186 in tennis. you can't afford to go to the movie and McDonald's after with a family.
$82. By the way, they have a 10 a.m. doubleheader starting this morning.
I'm sure there'll be a bunch of folks in there watching it.
But this isn't anything new, you know. I realize people didn't realize.
I don't
this.
want to knock what they're doing. Just because they're losing money doesn't mean that it's not worthwhile to have those programs. The problem is fans are tapped out. People are tapped out. And so when they see programs that are losing money, because here's the thing. Fans have got to make decisions on whether they go based on bottom line numbers. You've only got so much money.
You got your budget to meet.
Yeah, you got your budget to meet. And then you see this kind of budget. Man, my wife would leave me in a heartbeat if I ran our finances like that. Or, we'd be in the poorhouse tomorrow if we spent all this money on things that don't bring in a dollar. Now, that's what people understand, because that's real people's real lives. They don't understand this. It's hard for them to comprehend. It's hard for me to comprehend. And I get why people are upset. I also get why there is a need to fund these programs, even at a horrific loss in some instances. But they have to understand people are tapped out. And so when they hear you talk about losing money and asking for more, they're going to turn a deaf ear to what you're saying. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. I really don't.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Chuck just hosted for a second. That's
Sorry.
all. He just did what a host does.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's all right. The people needed to hear that, Chuck. The people needed to hear it, and the powers that be needed to hear it. So, but let's talk about this. This basketball team's starting to hit their stride, Chuck Barrett.
They are. They're playing great. They're winning games. They're 6-2 in the league right now, and they got a shot.
We got a real shot, and you know what? The Boogie Flan wannabe Pack, he tried his best to keep Oklahoma in it last night. He tried his best, but we can't call him the Boogster wannabe because Boogster cut his hair. I doubt Pack gets to eating popcorn underneath the goal because they don't get that kind of crowd at OU. But I just wanted to tell you, this SEC basketball is still it's still great, no matter, even though the league's down from last year, but I don't believe it could ever get any better than it was last year. So, and be looking for my sister and her boyfriend up above you this Saturday because they're going to be using my tickets.
All right, I'll look for
my niece and her boyfriend.
I've been reseated too, so it's not that far to look now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about 6 rows below me.
You were the first one grandfathered out.
I think that's right. Yeah. We were grandfathered out.
Yeah. All right, Brent. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Y'all be
appreciate it. I'm stunned at the number of people, and I don't mean any disrespect at all, that didn't understand that this is how college athletics worked. The problem is we've changed a certain portion of college athletics. We haven't changed all of it. We just changed the money-making part of it.
Operating a team's expensive, man.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
But my point is that we have the football and basketball portions of an athletic department get all this attention. They bring in the football brings in not even the lion's share, almost all of the TV revenue. Okay, almost every single bit of it, which is largely that ticket prices and a couple other items are the biggest revenue generators for football and the entire athletic department. Okay, and for years, forever. That's funded all the other programs. Why? Because it's a not for-profit business. It's not a for-profit business. It's non-profit. Nonprofits don't concern themselves with how much money they're making every year. They concern themselves with not losing too much money. So when you're a not-for-profit business, you can afford to take your money and share it with other programs so you can have a college amateur athletic department, not just one team. Well,
but
now,
you're using somebody else's money.
$37 million are from contributions of a $200 million athletic program. So if those people decide they want to give money and they want to be part of it, that's the way it's always been. The difference now is that we're paying players. And so we're asking for more money than we've asked for before. When we used to ask for more money, I'm saying athletic departments, when they used to ask for more money, it was like, hey, we're going to build a practice facility. Do you, Bart, do you, Chuck, do you, Edward, want to contribute to this new facility? And if you give enough, we'll put your name on it. Now we're just saying, hey, we need more money because we got to have players, and we don't know who they are or how long they're going to be here, but this is the competitive landscape now. So when you're in that position where you're fighting for every dollar, to me, now it's going to really put the microscope on all these places where you're losing money.
No question. No question.
That's just kind of bringing it into a nutshell, at least from my perspective. Hey, if you need more money, First Security Bank can look at helping you with a loan.
They got any money over there?
Or they can help you with they've helped people manage money for years.
I know that.
Whether it's personal or business or a home loan, and they're going to tell you what's a bad deal and a good deal. They'll help you manage the whole thing. FSbank.com, you can find out all about the different services they provide. You can even help your kid start a checking account, manage that checking account attached to your own. Just one example of how they're helping you bank better every day. I got their shirt on today. I like this shirt. Got a little hoodie.
Yeah.
They got some nice gear. Bart's got the First Security Bank hat on.
That's right.
I bet their parking lots are plowed and ready to go.
Absolutely.
Shovel help you bank better. Yeah, shoveled all the way up to the front door. You can get in and out of a First Security Bank. Harps?
Chuck did not shovel
Brahms? I don't
their
know.
parking lot, by the way.
Well,
I did not shovel
let me
their
say,
parking lot. No,
if
I did
you,
not.
If you see
I'd have a heart attack and die if I shoveled off their parking lot.
You did die. I don't know if you heard. You did die.
Facebook reported, yeah.
FSbank.com, First Security Bank, member FDIC. It's 8:14. Time to eat some Brahms. Good morning. I don't know if anybody else is having fun.
First
but this
Security
a
is
blast.
about more than great banking.
and
Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support, friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands, Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, and then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names, and they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High School sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
You're going to be there, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm saving you a seat.
I'm giving it the big maybe.
The hard maybe.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Good morning.
That's a good breakfast.
Good morning. Edward made it out yesterday. Kind of tested the roads, made it in this morning.
Yeah, we did.
Bart, did you leave your house until today?
No, I did not.
Wow.
I'm stunned by that.
Me too.
Slightly stunned.
No,
Did you walk outside at any point? Did you walk out and look around?
I shoveled my driveway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I helped one of the neighbors get unstuck and everything. And,
Excuse me.
Wiping
some Brahms off my face.
Yeah.
I mean, when you come back, it's still a snow day. I mean, school. Is anybody having school?
Is school in session today?
Not
Is the U of A closed today?
Yeah,
I believe
really?
so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just they got for high schools, elementary schools. They got to be able to get the buses on those secondary roads, and that ain't happening right now.
No.
By the way, hey, we have to give our guy Dan Scoff major props. He nailed it. Like he called exactly what was going to happen. He said, "I got a pretty good handle on this thing." It was like he was redoing his golf club, stepping up to the tee, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna hit one right down the middle here." He nailed it. We had that first wave. It subsided. People shoveled their driveways, and then we got another 6 inches,
Where's that sleet?
overnight on sleet on Sunday or Saturday night into Sunday.
I'll tell you that was
just like he said it was going to be.
That was a pain shoveling that off the driveway. That when you get that layer of sleet in there, and then it gets really cold and it freezes and compact.
I'm gonna tell you,
why I opted
Bart,
not to do
I did three driveways, and a lot of it was get the snow off, and then it's ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the day, when it warms up or the sun's out, you hope it melts enough to be able to crack it. I had a sledgehammer on the driveway.
I just used a shovel, but yeah.
It was a rubber mallet sledgehammer. But it was like, yeah, it's tough getting that out of there.
Yeah.
And then the more you drive on it, Chuck, that's a big chunk right there.
That's from our sidewalk.
Yeah,
There's Hannah.
There's
doing
Edward's
the work.
wife, Hannah, who did all the work in their driveway.
Yep.
Golly, man, I can't believe that. I can't even believe it. I don't know what to say to you about that.
I was watching after our child. She wanted to go out there.
I know.
She's
but,
eager about shoveling.
She loves mowing the yard in the summer.
Yeah.
No, I mow the yard. I mow the yard. Let's keep that straight.
I don't want to keep. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's like she loves to open her own door. Cool.
Right, yeah.
Come on now.
Bennett, your mom loves to open her own door. It's fine.
Funny.
She loves to go to work. We're gonna stay here. She loves it. Sterling and Center Ridge. Good morning.
Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day.
We are. We are.
Chuck's working on about a half hour of sleep, but you wouldn't know it.
Guys, first before I don't touch on the basketball team, then I want to talk a little Belichick because you know how my boy Brent is. If you're not talking Razorbacks, you don't need to be talking. But first of the basketball team, great win last night. Of course, anytime you went on the road is a good win. But to shoot like that from three and to still pull out, and like I said all morning, Oklahoma's not as bad as their records say they are. That's in one case. They're not what their records say they are. They're a good basketball team that just fit on some hard times, and they're gonna beat some people like Cal said along the way. But it sounds like Cal said about every team we play. But he's right in all those cases. So even though it sounds like coach speak, it's true coach speak. But I want to touch your opinion on on the Belichick thing. Now, I know people say if you're in the Hall of Fame, you're in the Hall of Fame. And I know first ballot means more in baseball than it does in the other sports. But how can you not vote Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame? I mean, 6 times he won the ultimate prize. Which, even if you go back to the NFL championship days with Hallis and Lambeau and all them cats, he's tied with them. I just don't understand. And they can say Spygate, they can say whatever they want. If you ain't going to take the championships away, you ain't going to take them off the ballot, don't you got to vote on his accomplishment? And I just don't understand these Hall of Fames. This more accomplished that the Hall of Fame have all of a sudden. Y'all touch on that. And
I agree. Thank you, Sterling. Thank you. He's right. I mean, I'm no Belichick fan.
It's absurd.
But for him not to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, the people that didn't vote for him should have their votes stripped. They should be kicked out.
I was thinking about this on the way in this morning. What do Hall of Fames mean to me? What do they mean to me personally? I don't know. Because it's a popularity situation. It's how I feel about somebody's situation. It's I'm going to be the judge and jury and decide
that's it.
All this
It's
crap.
the arrogance.
And it's like you can't take away from what somebody's achieved. I don't care what anybody has to say about Brady and Belichick couldn't have done it without him. That wasn't the scenario. The scenario was they were together. I mean, Phil Jackson and the Bulls, they were together.
Yeah.
They were together. If Pippen or Robin hadn't been on that team, maybe Jordan wouldn't have won as many. And maybe they were together. Doesn't matter. And we got a bunch of people, I think, with power making decisions about people who they'll never come close to achieving what these people have.
Football writers, baseball writers.
What?
They should not be the ones. I don't know who it should be, but they've proven in both sports that they're not good stewards.
And the moral high ground sickens me, too.
Ridiculous.
It's so disgusting.
Yes.
The
I
Pete
hate
Rose
that.
stuff, the Barry Bonds, the Mark McGuire, all of it. Like, whatever. Just whatever. I mean, I don't care. Like, they did what they did, and you can put it in the Hall of Fame with them. It's part of the story. It's part of the chapter. Nobody's given back all the money they made Major League Baseball all those years. Nobody's taking, all the viewers and all that and all the popularity of the game. Nobody wanted to do anything about it then. Nobody wanted Lance Armstrong to quit winning races.
They hurt their sport when they do things like this. I know they view themselves as like the guardians of the game, but
we don't like those people.
They just come across as being arrogant.
The whole monitors.
I mean, and again, I've said this before. I think Bill Belichick in his latter years has completely lost his mind. I think he's just completely lost his mind. But anyone who denies what he did as an NFL head coach and denies him admission on the first ballot into the Hall of Fame is just letting their personal views interfere with their professional obligation, and those people should have their votes stripped.
That's right.
So the NFL is a little different when it comes to Hall of Fame. They have a 50-person selection committee.
You got to get 40 votes, right?
2 representatives, a representative from each NFL city or market, so to speak. Media representatives.
Ridiculous.
At-large media members and pro football writers of America.
I have zero faith in any of those people.
Well,
I shouldn't say any, but very few of them.
As with anything, we have we just have stupid people in positions of power.
I mean, you
I think it's arrogance.
Stupid, but like
I think it's arrogance. Just like, I'll show you. I'll get even with you. You want to mess with me? I got the power of the pen. I'll come get you.
Yeah, you have. You have people in positions of power for the first time in their life.
There's some truth to that,
and
too.
They're talking about somebody who has had a lot of power for a long time because they were so successful, on the field of play. And now these people are going to decide whether Bill Belichick is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And here's the thing. He'll get in the Hall of Fame. They're just making him for whatever reason, wait.
It's Spygate. It's Deflategate. I mean, there's the feeling among some in the pros that he's a cheater.
Yeah.
And look, he may be. And again, I'm no Belichick fan.
All right, give him 4
But
Super
the
Bowls.
idea that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Rod's on I-40. Rod, good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Well, first day I've driven in 4 days, so I'm feeling a little better.
There you go. You get out of the house?
Back to normal.
Out of the house.
Back to normal.
Well, we appreciate you keeping the supply chain running.
Not a problem. We put plenty of stuff on the dock before this stuff hit this time.
I know.
Coaches. Shouldn't other coaches elect the coaches to Hall of Fame players? I've got awards for driving, but these things came from corporate people, dispatchers, for God's sake. Safety people. No. Other drivers should award driving awards. I believe coaches and players should award the awards because they know what it takes.
Well, they do, but, I mean, they hold grudges, too. Too. There are people out there that believe Bill Polian is responsible for Belichick not making it in, that, he's close with a lot of the football writers, and that he's the one responsible for this. Now, he's denying it, but, you wouldn't expect him to say, yep, I'm the one. But so anytime, whether it's writers, players, coaches, whatever, if grudges are held, and that's what's happened here, it's going to affect voting.
Yeah, this is why we can't have nice things.
Maybe
so.
It's
not
why
good.
people don't view the halls of fame with as much reverence as they once did.
It used to be, and they used to take it seriously. It was on merit and all that stuff, and now it's turned into, people's platform instead of just make that, like, we shouldn't even know who these people are, but now we need to because their decisions are so questionable. It's the kind of thing you talk about when you're sitting down at walk-ons having a flight by Yingling, watching a game. Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame? Should Bill Belichick be in the Hall of Fame? Should he be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Are you going to the tennis match today? Starts at 10. It's what you do when you talk at walk-ons over a flight by Yingling. 95 calories. But it tastes like a Yingling. The next generation of light beer. Flight by Yingling. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweatnum Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweatnum Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweatnum Edge or log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Every day I wake up despising Georgia basketball more and more.
That's a lot of despising, Brent, every day. Every day to despise something. That adds up.
I mean, Mike White's had more good jobs than the law should allow and had never won anything.
Well, he's winning right now.
Well, Bo, it's January, Bo.
I'm just.
What's he done?
Well, I mean, what did Mike White do to you? What's wrong with Mike White?
What did he do to me? His whole family's got a silver slipper on their foot. Brother, athletic director at Florida International.
Born on third base.
There
we go.
Hey, that guy was here. The one that's the FIU AD. He worked in our marketing department years
and he
ago.
tried to sell advertising, and I don't know how good he was.
Brent's got a long memory. FIU, I think.
Well, no, it's
FAU. Brian watched the AD at FAU.
FAU. Okay,
Danny is the AD at Tennessee.
Okay.
Brett can tell you. He knows where all these guys
And
are.
his dad was the AD at Tulane. What have they ever done?
Who?
And his dad was the AD at Duke. Danny White. I believe his name is. Well, I don't know what his name is.
Danny's his brother. He's the AD at Tennessee.
Oh man! According to
oh God, that just makes me ill. Mike White can't afford enough hair gel to get his hair standing up. He just put that little piece in the front.
I've never heard people get on Mike White before. He's a nice guy.
This is unbelievable. Like, where does this
His
come
teams
from?
don't win championships, so everyone likes him.
The whole family.
He's a polite guy, and you're just trashing him.
He's the whole family. It's the whole family, Chuck. Not just Mike White. He didn't like the
Silver
Whites.
Spooners.
Yeah.
They've never had to work for anything in their life in athletics.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, Oaklawn in Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
My biorhythms were like screaming over the weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt it the minute I walked into the casino Thursday night. I knew it was going to be well. I knew things were going to go well. I could feel it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm a little bit down that we're not going to Oaklawn.
I know.
Because I had winnings budgeted in for next month. So
I know.
I'm going to have to come up with an alternate revenue stream.
I know, man.
As they say now. Revenue stream.
I don't know, like, when we go, if you'll be able to be there or you'll be on location.
I was
because of the
afraid I
game.
was going to be barred for being too good. You know, I won too much money. I was afraid they were going to bar me.
There were rumblings.
Yeah.
But I think they're willing to get you back to see if they can cave your head in.
There's a pretty good chance they'll get it back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Are you getting, like, offers in the mail?
Yeah.
Stay in the suite that no one knows about.
That's right. That's funny.
Due to the inclement weather and out of an abundance of caution for the safety of the horses and the athletes, Oaklawn has canceled live racing this weekend. So they're going to push it to the weekend of February 5th through the 8th, preserving one of the most significant racing weekends of the season. The Southwest Stakes, as originally drawn, will now be contested on Friday, February 6th. So we'll be down there. We're actually going to be down there for 2 weeks in a row. because we've got the Broyles
It'll
Award
never
after
be the
that.
same. It'll never be the same.
We'll be on the loose with Basil and assistant football coaches.
God help us all.
Oh, yeah, it'll be great. Visit Oaklawn.com for the latest details. By the way, if you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, you can do it now. Get in on the Super Bowl. They have a million amazing, fun prop bets for the Super Bowl already up at Oaklawn Sports.
Or
is Chuck hosting the Super Bowl party this year at his house?
What?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
Well, the snow.
I'm not betting on that.
I'm not sure I'm going to be there. But,
well, we'll have it without
you guys can hang out.
Yeah,
in the
we'll
yard.
come by. We'll leave it like
We're gonna have a yard party. House is gonna be locked, but
it'll be like
you guys are welcome to come hang out.
It'll be like Teamwork Roofing and Construction. You'll never know we were there,
That's
except your
right.
place will look better.
House is going to be locked.
Oaklawn Sports. Download the app today.
Or you can do like me and just take Duquesne -3.5 tonight. You know,
Bart is
why
a
wait for the Super
degenerate,
Bowl?
Man, he's a degenerate.
Let's go.
We
I'm
say
tailing.
that he's a degenerate, but what he really is he's a real investor. He's not just a bettor. He's a real investor. He's finding value in the
Take it
Ivy
seriously.
League. He's
Well, yeah.
where it's still
This is
college
A10.
sports. It's just college athletics in the Ivy League.
Yeah.
You
I
want to
do
know
love-
how good a
Hey.
team like St. Bonaventure is? Ask Bart. He knows.
Not very good.
They're very bad.
Not very good. So Duquesne at home tonight in Pittsburgh.
Duquesne and Pitt tonight?
No, Duquesne is in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
They're host St. Bonaventure.
The Bonnies.
The Dukes -3.5 tonight.
Jump all over.
When's this Bediako NBA situation going to get figured out with Alabama?
Who knows? Somebody else needs to sue, though, is what I've determined.
Really? Why don't you sue him, Bart?
Well, no, I mean, one of these teams that Alabama plays, Chuck, you kind of referenced it.
I'm going to
last
be
week.
anxious to see what happens when they go on the road.
You kind of
why can't
referenced
they
this.
do that? Why can't we have a restraining order on the
Florida
road?
should try to get a temporary restraining
I think
order.
they will.
to prevent Bediako from playing.
I think
because there's
they
nothing
will.
that says they can't. And then like everybody should do this. Auburn is certainly going to file something. Now, I know it's still in the state of Alabama, but they're going to file something. You have to believe. Auburn's not going to let this fly.
Here's what's interesting, guys, to me, is if you're a coach and you see the wind changing directions daily, and your sailboat might go that way. Do you want to go out there and be on the side of something that may flip and all of a sudden be available to you?
Not while it's illegal.
Well, hold on. Like if Bobby Portis can come back this year and help Arkansas win a national championship, and we can get a judge to make it happen, are you in or out?
He's outside the window. He couldn't even come back even if
I know some judges, man.
Yeah, and that's true.
Like, why not?
That's true.
They're playing Kentucky Saturday night. I mean, come on.
Like Tom Mars? Are you kidding me?
It's-
There's not a rule or law out there that Tom Mars can't figure out.
It's openly and blatantly against the rules.
I'm just saying.
If you want to change the rule, change the
was
rule.
right.
But
right.
maybe not just like flaunt it in the middle of the season.
Right.
And
flaunt it openly
and
in front
ju-
of
well,
God and country.
Just for clarification
needed him to play.
purposes. Just for clarification purposes. The kids in Europe, people talk about in Oates in the quote or the cut that we
you wanna
play a
hear
little
it?
bit. Yeah.
You want me to
yeah,
play
yeah,
it?
So
yeah.
disingenuous.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, play it.
Bart, how do you feel about this cut?
I think it's Nate Oates being a scumbag.
Oh, that's what a setup.
That's all you need to say. Play the cut. Play
So,
it.
first of all, the system's clearly broken, and I'm all for figuring out a way to fix it. But since the NCAA has already allowed professionals to play virtually every team we've played this year or will play as a former professional player on their roster, you tell me how I'm supposed to tell Charles and the team that we're not going to support them when he's been deemed legally eligible to play. So Charles is
hasn't
still
been.
within
He
his
has not
5-year
been.
window. He's 23 years old. He's pursuing his degree here at Alabama.
Here's
That's the best part.
Here's the difference is when you talk about these other players that were pros, these are players these are European players primarily. And there is not major college basketball in the countries where they are from. So
when they turn 17 or 18, their options are either, if you want to play college basketball, well, you got to come to the United States to do that. If you want to stay in your own country, the way you're going to play basketball is to play pro ball. That's the way their system's set up. There is no college basketball like there is here. So they play for a year or two over there. They make a certain amount of money, and then they come to the United States and play college basketball. Because I think, just to be perfectly honest, the NCAA is not equipped to, figure all that out and handle all that. They've let those kids come in and play. Now, what they're saying now is somebody like Bediako that this is the same thing. No, it's not, because he's played major college basketball in our country, which is a farm system for professional sports, and they do not have this set up in other countries. And that's why there's a rule that prohibits American players from doing this. If you want to change that rule, that's fine. If you want to change it, change it. But you can't just decide in the middle of the season, while everybody else is doing it with these European players, we're going to do this too, and we're going to find a judge that's going to say it's okay. Again, if you want to change it when the season's done, change it. But right now, this is not the way to go about doing it.
So, again, just playing devil's advocate. If you're Nate Oates and you can pull this off.
Oh, I'm not – yes. That's the cesspool that some of this is.
That's what I'm driving at.
Yeah. No.
Is the reason we are where we are in college athletics. Bart, I'm not disagreeing with you, so don't lose me here.
No. I'm right.
No, there are important distinctions.
There are distinctions. You're right. You're right.
There are. But
no.
Here's what I'm trying to say. I believe the reason we are where we are in college athletics is because of what Nate Oates is doing now. That's been going on in college athletics for decades, and
I don't disagree with that.
That is everybody, not everybody. A lot of people in college athletics find power, find ways to exploit their power, find ways to turn it into a competitive advantage, and work around the rules however they got to work around the rules. So every year there are new rules that come out because last year's rules weren't good enough. They weren't bulletproof enough. So now we do it again, and we do it again, and now we've figured out that lawmakers can supersede whatever the NCAA says. And
they think they can, at least.
Right now, that's the world we're living in.
At least a local judge can.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all over the place. It started with the Lamar Odom ruling, like in a federal judge.
No, I get that. This is just so different to me.
Let me make one more point. Until these people in college athletics quit taking that mindset, we're going to continue to go deeper and deeper into the abyss in terms of what are the boundaries, what is the North Star. Well, we don't have one.
Yeah, no,
it's win at all costs. It's figure it out at all costs, and that's what Nate Oates is doing right now. And I think a lot of other people are just kind of sitting out here. These coaches that he's going to play, why don't they have a judge file an injunction that he can't play in Tennessee or at Auburn or whatever? Because they don't know they might be in this position later. They might want to get a guy out of the G League next year if this is the way it's going to be.
Find a different judge. There's one down the street.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot to get into here. I want to go back to what Chuck was talking about. But first, I think, Bo, you're right.
Thank you.
But this is I think this is different in that, there's been some shady stuff that's gone on in college athletics, certainly. Under the table stuff, trying to find ways around rules. This is a coach openly taunting the NCAA, taunting the rest of the coaches, and flaunting the rules. Openly doing it. And saying disingenuous crap like what he said, like a guy who's legally allowed. Well, no, he's not. The rules say that he's not. And the
he's
rules
legally allowed, but he's not eligible.
The rules, like them or not, the NCAA rules are actually very specific when it comes to this sort of thing. To go back to what Chuck was talking about with the European players, to retain eligibility to play college basketball, they have to be within a certain age window, right, of graduating high school to enroll. Like, you have a certain amount of time before you have to make that decision. You have a certain amount of money. You can't make more than like just basic living travel expenses. Like, you're not getting paid a true salary to play. Like, there are all these rules. Same with the G League. And on top of all of that, you cannot have previously played college basketball, left, forego your eligibility, leave, sign NBA contracts, play professionally, and then come back to college basketball. It is very black and white when it comes to this. There is not a gray area that so many Alabama fans and Nate Oates wants to make it seem like there is. There's not. It's black and white, and Nate Oates is breaking the rules, and he's doing it openly, and other coaches are taking notice and calling him on it.
That's Bart in the Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room. He'll be on Twitter all day.
New year, new ride. Kick off the new year in style with a new Chevy from Chevy of Fayetteville. And I don't know anybody that gets more value than Chevy of Fayetteville does from the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Go see Chris, Mark Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville.
Well, you know, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever,
It's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened. And perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town. And you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside, residential or commercial, simple or complex. Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck's still going to call all the games this year. We're going to listen to you come in here and be tired, and 65% of you is better than 100% of everybody else. We'll take it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, we learned today a lot.
I learned, and I still believe, that if you'll just win some football games, that'll take care of everything.
Do want to be
I really do
clear
think that.
on the football reseating, it's not the entire stadium. It's just there are some areas where if you have a seat and you're currently paying X in your donation, and that seat is now going to require something higher, you have the opportunity to pay that and keep your seat. If not, they'll move you to a different seat in that area. And then that will open seats for people that want to pay more to be in those seats. So it is a reseating, but it's not the entire building like they did in basketball. Just as a...
Or baseball.
Yeah, just as baseball. An FYI. Hogs won last night, came back from 13 down in the first half, and Acuff worked some magic again late. 21 points, 9 assists, no turnovers.
Malik Thomas was really good down the stretch, too.
He went on a streak there.
Yeah.
11 times or 11 lead changes in the second half in that
Is
game.
that right?
Yeah. Wow. Darius Acuff, while we were snowed in, won another SEC Freshman of the Week award.
6th. Hey, they're taking the easy way out.
Yeah,
man.
they're going to do everything they can to not give him Player of the Week.
He's not going to win Player of the Week, but then he's going to be Player of the Year.
If you missed,
Should be.
If you missed us going over the athletic budget, when was that? Was that in the 7 o'clock hour?
Yeah.
Hour 2 of the podcast
You're
today.
smarter for it.
So there's a lot.
You'll never get that hour back.
There's a lot in there. I thought it was.
There was.
Thought it was good. And if you missed any of the show today that you want to hear, catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. You can get it on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get podcasts, or YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Chuck and Bo Show. Just search it there. Chuck, have a great Wednesday. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
You know, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler,